Yo, woo! What's going on, guys? Hope you guys having a great day like I am. Thank you so much for giving me this time. Man, got a lot I want to share with you guys today, man. Just a lot of stuff I've been seeing over the weekend. You know, a lot of stuff that's been just really coming to my spirit that I just really want to share with you guys. And thank you for spending that time. Thank you, guys. I'd like to give a special shout out to Shannon Joy. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon Joy. Paul A. Downs. What's going on, man? Deborah Brown. How you feeling? Eugene Fisher. What's up, bro? I ain't seen you in a while, man. Nice chiming in. Ken Thompson. Cliff Kelly. How you guys doing? Man, who's that? Missy Gibson Wells. How you guys? Thank you for chiming in today. For all you people that's listening to Phil Williams for the first time, I'd like to say welcome. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm different. I'm way different. I'm what they call a political atheist. I don't put faith in none of the parties. None of these people. Patricia Baisden. Baisden Health Zone. You guys got to check out Miss Baisden. She is my business partner with Little Jimmy's Get Fit Challenge. BaisdenHealthZone.com. Check it out. Benji Anderson. What's up, Benji? Kirby Cutfield. Hey, I can't do this all day. Summer Smith. Let me get going with what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm giving a big shout out to Shannon Joy. If you guys don't know Shannon Joy, please check out Shannon Joy's show. Look for her page. She is awesome. Awesome conservative. Awesome patriot. Doing her thing for real. But this is what brings me here today. Wow. John L. Bledsoe. Jay for real. What's up, John L.? Man, hey, that's the last person I'm going to say something to right now. Unless something really piques my interest. But this is what I want to talk about today. Watching a lot of stuff over the weekend. Watching the liberal media's out, take on everything that's happening, from Stormy Daniels to Donald Trump to just whatever they feel like they want to talk about. But the thing that really piqued my interest was these young people marching for more gun rights and government involvement and things like this. I'm the kind of person that's going to give credit where credit is due. And so here's the credit I'm going to give to that situation. The massive amount of young people, the numbers. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to put it in a bad thing category or interesting thing. Let me be fair, be interesting. We are a society now based on numbers. Quantity. So if the new credibility now is how many retweets you can get, how many shares you can get, how many followers you can get, things like this. You're not looking at the quality of these things. You're looking at the quantity of these things. And so giving credit where credit's due, the massive amount of numbers, the visual of all these young people, I'm going to be very generous and say probably 80 to 85% of everybody in those marches were probably 18 or under in school. I don't know exactly for sure, but I think everybody would kind of agree with that number. So I'm watching this massive amount of children coming out here talking about what politicians need to do, what needs to happen with the Second Amendment, what needs to happen with gun control, what needs to happen. But they did it under the parentheses of looking out for their lives. They're scared for their lives. They're afraid they're going to die. They're going to go to school and die. That's what they're talking about. And they want to say they're protecting children's lives. This is what they're talking about. And they have millions and millions of kids out there. Heard some people say that this is breaking records. This is like larger than the civil rights movement and stuff. And this is civil rights, which is really asinine for anybody to even want to put this in the category of civil rights, because it's about guns. It's not about race. See, civil rights was based on race. And black people, you should really be concerned when people hijack something that you had no control over, your color. And then want to make homosexuality marches civil rights and guns marches civil rights. It has nothing to do with race. That's what civil rights has to do. You should be a little bit more diligent in understanding your history and not let people hijack civil rights. But yet I digress. All these millions of kids out here marching for their lives, to march for their lives. Now, what brought this on is they're fed up. They're tired. 17 children got shot in Florida and killed. They're tired. They're fed up. But they're marching for their lives. And there's millions of our babies out there. Now, here's the problem that I have. And this is the problem you should have. Look at how our children are indoctrinated in these liberal institutions called public schools. Look at them. Don't barely know their butt from a hole in the ground, just got off of Similac last year, still got milk on their breath, and they out here trying to tell you what they can tell adults to do to save their lives. These children have every solution under the sun except for the one that should concern you the most. The sun. They have no desire to make Jesus any part of the solution. Zero. They got you hijacked into saying these kids are concerned for their life. But guess what? They don't want Jesus to be any part of the solution. That should tell you that they've been hijacked. That should tell you that. That should make that very, very clear what their agenda is. They made the NRA, and I'm not here to defend the NRA, but they made this the ultimate boogeyman. They got to do something about the NRA. The politicians supported by the NRA, they have to die. They have to go. They have to get unelected. They have to do this. The NRA, this is what they're saying, right? But they're doing it in the facade of children's lives. And the NRA is responsible. But you will not hear any of these liberal and indoctrinated children talk about the 3,000 children, 3,000 that's murdered in the womb every day. You will not hear them try to put a stop to Planned Parenthood. 3,000 children a day get murdered in the womb. But these group of children are looking out for children's lives. What about all the children that die from texting and driving? Why don't we start banning cell phones then? So we can save children's lives. What about all the children that are murdered with knives? What about all the children that are murdered through child molestation? What about them? But no, it's just single focus guns. They're like a bunch of little bitty miniature Clydesdales with just blinders on their eyes. And that's all they want to talk about. And the NRA is the biggest boogeyman. What about the politician that's supported by Planned Parenthood? It's killing 3,000 of you. See, the biggest problem that I have is this. Because there is no Jesus anywhere in their solution, zero, no Jesus. They won't talk about Jesus. Why don't we do something about the atheist lobbyists? Why can't we have Jesus anywhere part of the solution? See, you heard the saying, a church with no youth has no growth. You should be very concerned that these liberal institutions have our children not wanting anything of God. The only solution they have is government, man. That should concern you. We are going to have a godless country, and these children are proving it. Why can't Jesus be a small part of the solution? Fine, go after your legislation, go after your congressman, but why can't we demand that Jesus gets to come back in school? I'm telling you, check this out. This is very scary. This is, man, I almost laughed. I thought it was hysterical. The superintendent of schools in a town in Pennsylvania, in a city in Pennsylvania, this is his solution. He wants to put a bucket of rocks in every classroom. So when somebody comes in there with an AR-15 or a rifle or whatever to shoot kids in schools, he wants your children to start throwing rocks at them. See, let me tell you how liberal this is. He wants your children to look like the Palestinians throwing rocks at tanks. Now, this is coming on the heels that they're taking all the physical education programs out of school. So you got a bunch of limp noodle, limpy arm kids throwing rocks at somebody with guns. But they'll expel your child if he wants to pray. Rocks. My pastor brought up a point to me, and I thought it was very, very cool. He said, you know, Phil, David slayed Goliath with a rock. I was like, you know, that's a very good point. But it also brought this point. God must know something about a propellant also. Because David didn't do it with just his arm and a rock. He had a sling. He had an apparatus. So God is understanding of an apparatus also. But this is the solution that they have. Can't have Jesus. Can't pray. can't go lay hands on the bully, can't pray for his soul, can't do anything. Guess what? There's a movie out. There was a movie out about a woman, a black woman here in Atlanta, where I'm at in Decatur. Dude comes in with a gun. She prays for him. She shares Jesus with him, and he doesn't shoot the kids. Why don't they talk about that? Because Jesus is a solution that they don't want. And you should be concerned that you're looking at masses of our future, masses of our children that do not have the intention of asking for Jesus to be any part of the solution. That should concern you. This is bigger than Donald Trump. This is bigger. Liberalism, people. This is why I'm never liberalism. These very liberals want your children to defend themselves with rocks. They can't tell them how the rocks are going to cry out to Jesus, but they can take their little non-fitness having selves and throw rocks. And people think this is a great idea. So that people don't think that I'm just talking and running off at the mouth and I don't have any solutions. Here's my solution and here's my approach, and I'm going to ask you guys to participate. Lil Jimmy, we're about to start a movement, and I wonder if you're going to participate. I want to bring all the Christian children that go to these public institutions. I'm putting this together right now. I'm going to work with some pretty interesting people to pull this off. Matter of fact, you know what? I ain't even going to tell you little liberals that might be listening, little trolls that might be listening. Just stay tuned. We're going to do something big and massive. And I wonder if you guys are going to support it. But you should be very concerned to see millions of our children that are being raised in these liberal institutions to make sure that Jesus is not even a part of their solution. My thing is this. If you're going to kill our children, if you're going to let these children throw rocks, why can't you make prayer a part of it too? Why can't they pray for themselves? Why can't they pray for their schools? Why can't they pray for the person that's being bullied? The one that's isolated and stuff like this. This is the part that should scare the mess out of you. Because as soon as the kids started shooting in Florida, all those kids knew who it was. Was no speculation, no guessing. They knew exactly who it was. Why? Because they knew exactly who they were bullying. They knew exactly who they were isolating. They knew exactly who they were being, these spoiled, sniveling, little rich Florida kids. They knew exactly who they were doing it to. So if we're not advocates for at least our children being able to pray, and you're going to start following behind these massive numbers because it looks credible, it looks incredible, then understand this. That's a massive amount of our young people that have been raised and indoctrinated to only see government as a solution to saving their lives and not an ounce of Christ. For you pastors out there backing these kids up, no, this is not where we should be backing our kids at. I'm sorry. This is not there. Get our kids to understand that you just can't go assaulting nobody's integrity or insulting them and bullying them without some kind of consequence. And then we got to be able to pray for somebody that thinks their only consequence or the only thing they can do to help themselves is to kill somebody. That requires prayer, people. That requires a whole different kind of conversation. And that's something that these liberal schools will not do. They'll let your child read about 50 Shades of Grey. They'll let your child understand that they got two mommies and two daddies, and I'm a purple unicorn, and I'm a blue fish, and all kinds of foolishness like this, but they can't say nothing about Jesus. Are you serious? Are you going to stand by and let this happen? Because right now the march is showing that's what's taking place. Gay people hijacking civil rights. No, gay is a choice. I'm sorry. You can try to convince somebody that you was born that way. You wasn't born confused. You was confused when you watched another confused human being. I don't care what you think you feel like. If you got the ding-a-ding-a-dang hanging, you go in the men's bathroom. I don't care what you feel like. I don't care what kind of mascara you put on. You a dude. You can let that demon confusion come out there and let some DM4 medical institution say, well, if he feels like a woman, then let him be herbal lesson fresh with Calgon. Take him away. No, let him do that foolishness in his own self. But when you come around my daughter, you a dude. Go in the dude's bathroom. I don't care what kind of decathlon Caitlyn Jenner was feeling when she was throwing the javelin. I don't care about all that foolishness. That's showing how godless we are. And how does these fools get to prevail? How does the atheist lobby get to prevail? How does 3% of the population of gay people get to change what 97% of our population looks at as marriage? Because you allow these liberals to take Jesus out of everything. Suing me because I said Merry Christmas to you. Oh, you offended me. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The vagina monologue. Oh, my God. Come on, people. You better wake up. You better wake up. Got something big. When I come a-calling, I want you guys to come answering. We're going to do something big with Lil Jimmy. It's going to be undeniable. Come on, people. Hey, gay people, I ain't got nothing against you. Can't leave me in the church. Sorry. Don't care how good in the choir you are. Can't leave me. Don't care about the cheeks in the seats. Especially if they confuse cheeks. Hi, I'm a dude sitting on a male behind. No, that doesn't move me. Sorry. Come as you are. But you're supposed to try to encourage them to leave different. So for anybody who wants to call me a homophobe, anybody wants to call me any of that kind of foolishness, you want to call me a religious zealot, if you want to call me all that stuff, fine. Long as you don't put your hands on me, because I'm just letting you know, God ain't worked on me that well yet. Still got a little crud in there. Bust you in the mouth. Can't put your hands on me. You can say whatever you want, you can type whatever you want, that's cool. But understand this. They've indoctrinated millions of our children to not even think about Jesus as part of their solution to saving their lives. So you can just imagine where their souls are going to be. And we can do something about it. We can do something about it. And when I come a-calling, I hope that you come and answer. Hey, thank you guys for your time. Got some wonderful things going on I got to do right after I get finished with this post. Got my man, Poetic Swan. You guys been seeing that video, The Beast? I'm a beast. I don't know the song because I don't want to think I stole it because I remixed it behind his back. But anyway, I got my man, Poetic Swan. He got his little crew in here, man. He got his kid in here, man. He don't have no homework in 11th grade. He's going to do it twice. But that's okay. We're going to talk with him. He's going to get some Jesus before we leave here today. His other friend, Mike. What's up, Mike? Yeah, he over there. Yeah. What's up, Poetic?
You got it.
What's up, man? What's your singer name? What's your name?
Showtime.
Showtime. He over there asleep. But that's all right. It's cool. Showtime. Man, we're going to do some great things. But when I come a knocking, please answer. Please answer. Because it's being shown that our children, our future, the future church. Come on, man. All you hear them say is what? What is the liberal media saying? Please hear this, people. Here's their agenda. If you don't know anything else, they are future voters. They have been raising future liberal voters. That's all they care about. They're giving them the platform of popularity because they know these children are going to vote for Democrats and liberals. That's their motivation. The motivation behind Trump is to show how hypocritical the Christian community is. The motivation behind any of this stuff is to damage the right side of America, to make sure that we, the people, will never come together. And the only thing will be left is them, the government. And it showed through our children, people. Our children. Millions of them. With no Jesus in mind. Hey. Lil Jimmy, DJPods.jimdo.com. Go there. Please donate to some of the programs that I'm doing out in the community. Our children need it. Like I said, I got a big project I'm going to do with Little Jimmy, and I'm going to need you guys to participate. If you don't want to do things through the donation button there, you can mail a check or money order to Phil or Philip Williams, P.O. Box 3331, Decatur, Georgia 30031. You can make a tax-deductible donation. This is tax-deductible through my men's organization, Men on Point. It's a 501c3 register. We've been doing it for over 10 years. Your donations are tax-deductible. Go to Amazon.com and get the Little Jimmy book. I was being told, but nothing about my dreams. I was being told, but nothing about my dreams. Get the book. Share it with our children. Because right now, the only thing being shared with our children that is being effective is what these liberals are doing. And they've latched onto everything creative. And these marches should show you the state of mind of our children. They're not even concerned about their souls. Hey. Love you guys. Again, if this is your first time listening, please share this. Share Phil Williams. Hey, I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I love the Lord and I love this country. Hey, we may have come here on two separate ships, but we're all in the same boat now. And it takes both the black and white keys on the piano to play the Star Spangled Banner. So peace, love, together forever. Don't worry. Be happy and feel that energy. And remember what you are is God's gift to you. What you do with yourself is your gift to God. Only one life will be passed, but only what's done while you're here will last. We were blessed before we had color. So engage your mind and answer one question. Are you cool with knowing that your children in these public schools are being raised to not seeing Jesus as any part of their solution? Ask yourself that question. I'm not cool with it. You shouldn't either. Hey, Missy Gibson Wells. No, I didn't reach my 100 book level yet. I got about 6 books purchased, but no, I'm still looking for those 100 books. I'm 94 now. So no, I haven't. And if you like to purchase some books, purchase them. You can go to Amazon and you can mail them to Phil Williams, 640 Highway 138, Southwest, Riverdale, Georgia, 30274. Or just get in touch with me and we can figure out a way that we can get these books for these kids. We're about to start our program in the middle of April, and those 100 books will be gratefully helpful to going in, because I get to go into the schools, the very same place I'm talking about. So for all them people who think I'm just talking and not doing something, no, I'm doing something. Hey, and Lord Jesus has helped blessing it. Hey, love you guys. Thank you very much. Continue to keep me in your prayers. Continue to pray for our children. And pray for this session we're about to do with Poetic Swan. It's going to be dope. Trust me. It's going to be dope. Because he's a beast. He's a beast. Hey, love you guys. Again, share this. Peace.